government agency. I'm not trying to attack any city agency. I'm trying to bring things in that are historically accurate. And I apologize if that offends some people, but that's not my intent. So we just want to make sure that as we go forward with the Prairie County Water Co-op and the Voices of New Mexico, that we're very proactive in educating. And I'll close with this. That is our main concern right now. Our main concern, I come into town all the time and I speak to some of the commissioners and stuff. They all know what's going on. They can tell me, well, we have a drought protection plan. We got a 40-year water plan in the city. They know that. The public doesn't. And that's not a knock on them. It's just, I don't know whether it's a funding issue, but we need to, that's going to be my driving, and I'm going to challenge them. That's going to be my driving force. My personal issue is I want to get into schools. I want to get out there, and I want to, if I get to set up a table at Walmart and sell bizcochitos, whatever, I want to get out there.
Tamales.
Yeah, and I want people to start understanding and identifying this issue. If I got to put a map like this up that says, "Are you aware?" I want to open people's eyes to this. It's going to affect us all, and that doesn't mean that, like I said early in the presentation, that doesn't mean I'm any smarter than anybody else. Trust me, I'm having to learn this on the fly, and I just care enough, and I'm passionate enough about my fellow human being. That's what drives me. And at my age, I went back to school. A couple of years ago, I got my certification in environmental remediation from Santa Fe Community College. I'm working, and I got one more semester left, and I'll be a political scientist. And everybody says, "You want to be a politician?" Because they hear political scientist. I don't want to be a politician. I want to learn how to fight the system. That's why I'm going to school. And when I say fight, it's not in a bad way. It's educating myself. It's getting to know how the rules and regulations, policy affect our everyday lives. These policies are affecting us now. Since our state constitution was implemented, they have this anti-donation clause, which is killing us because we can't get water to these people because of that one law. But a lot of people don't realize that we've skirted that law when it benefits the state of New Mexico from a capital perspective, financially. The railroads have been notorious for abusing the crap out of that law. But it's happened. The building we're sitting in today, the Chamber of Commerce, they use money that comes from this supposedly can't give you anti-donation clause. There's laws. Everything can be changed, but we as a group have to stand united and have to stand up with not opinions, but with facts, and take them to these people and say that we've had enough. You know, we've got in 2016. There is no way in hell we should be living like they do. We think we're better than Africa. We've got some issues. So we've got to fight, and we've got to stand united, and that's my intent, and that's my purpose. People have called me the last 2 days, "You can't do anything." They've told me what I can do. Not one of them has told me what I can do. My mom told me a long time, "You're a Mexican, you're not a Mexican." So that's what I'm doing. And I think it's really important that we stand united on this issue, and I want to take the time to thank each and every one of you. Anybody that's here that is affected by this, do you have anything to say?
Well, I just like your point. I went to one of the meetings for the water authority, and I was amazed at what the work that's going on, but I didn't realise. You have to thank these people because they are working on it. But I would encourage people to go to their commission meetings and go to the city meetings and educate themselves. But I would like, as you're saying, to see more education, more publicity about what's going on. There's a lot of work going on, but a lot of people in town don't realise the hard work you guys are doing. And I think we really need to push that. And I don't know the best way to do it, but really push that to the forefront so people know what is happening.
And with that being said, we got to be fair to our commissioners and our councilmen. It's not their fault.
No,
we as a society have become so complacent, we expect everybody else to do it for us. And I'll do it for you, and I'll do it with you, but I'm going to teach you while I'm doing it. And that's why, if you notice, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just passionate about it, because there's nothing worse than knowing that, you know, people don't have water in today's day and age. And it's not because they chose this. I mean, and you'll hear people say, "Well, let them move." That's the answer. You know, that's really not an answer. We just need to be more thrifty. We need to figure out how to do it. We need to figure out how to help our fellow neighbors and our fellow human beings, and quit being so selfish on our end.
Adrian, if I could say something like that.
Yes, sir.
I think that's why it's so important that you and Joe Peter have put this together and brought people together to make comments, to get ideas between you.
Right.
I think that's what it's all about. And we're doing the same thing with the city, and we're working with the county, we're working with Eastern Michigan Water Utility Authority, we're working with water policy, different programs to bring people together and work as partners.
And we would love to be a part of that, whole process too.
And I think that's where it starts. Is you've got to bring people together and talk about the issues and get ideas from what people say.
100% agree. No argument there. With that being said, anybody else have anything to say?
I'd like to see the city and the county get together and educate the people on, like she was talking, when Tara talked about, the most water usage that we have in this area is the landscaping of our own property. And if they can get together and bring in the materials that we need, or give an incentive for people to turn their landscape, their yards into a desert landscape and stuff like that, and offer that. No, but I'm talking about bringing in the gravel, the dirt, and all that, supplying the people with the stuff, or give a tax break.
But see,
Garbage,
that
sure.
was...
The water company's already doing that. If you do landscape your yard, you can go to the water company and they'll help you with $800.
But thank you for... Thank you for proving my point. See, you're very involved. You're one of
I
the
won't get involved.
as far as politically.
I got water in my ranch that comes out of the mountains by itself. I'm not worried about no.
But see, that proves my point. You're very involved. You know what's going on around here. You read the paper. You do a lot. You're very active. A lot of people aren't like that. And Mario didn't even know that. So that's my point. So and I'm not trying to put you down.
No, that's good.
I'm just trying to make a statement that.
Adrian, and what he's talking about is conservation more than anything else.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's so important because conservation is not going to go away.
Right.
We have got to learn to conserve water.
That's the educational component that we've been preaching about. And again, I can't thank the county enough. I can't thank the city enough for working with us, because we won't be successful as the Curry County Water Patrol, not without your help. Absolutely not. And we're going to require letter writing campaigns to our local officials. We'll be the face of that. We just need your help and saying, you know what, we believe in what you guys are doing. We're working with you, and this will be successful.
Like he said, EPCOR gives that your bill, you get the water, conserve your water, this, that. You know, people just look at their bill, they don't worry about nothing else. They just throw that in file 13.
Well, that's a societal
We need
problem.
to educate them more personally. Go on, hands up. Practically here, you have to get people now to care by the hand. This is what you have to do.
Anyhow, again, if nobody has anything to say, that's how we're approaching it. We're going to be working with donations first. So, feel free to, like I said, in about 2 weeks, we'll be figuring out some way to get local donations. We're going to also reach out on the crowdfunding component to get cash donations so we can get this done right away.
When's our next meeting?
And our next meeting will probably be in about 2 more months.
Okay.
Because, if not 3, because this, trust me, as many of these men can attest to, this takes time. This ain't a quick fix, and we're doing the best we can. It's just a few of us that are really fighting for what's right in the community. So,
if y'all could get these back, we will have a map that will last us. I mean, it'll show like that one over there. David, we can take this information and put it on that map, so we can identify
Are we done?
and if we could help by you giving us some, we'll try to. Once the first wave comes in, and we didn't identify some of these people, maybe we can make a physical drive out to the houses and address that issue as well. We'd be happy to help that.
No, it can't be they got a physical. If you'll fill out the physical address, not a post office box, we can take your 911 physical address, just like if an ambulance has to have that address. He can put that on the map, so we got to have physical address.
Okay.
Physical
We
Did everybody hear that?
I mean, I know Director Vitalis, she has a big family. We could get that done. It's going to take some time, probably a month, a little longer. But we could definitely get that down, because we know for a fact that, well, as far as I know, that the problem really starts on CR5 and works its way down to to the end of Curry County. So if we could start there and work our way that way, we could. And she knows where most everywhere is, so we could really get in there and.
But we want the information so we can make.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. If you give us some of those, we could start working on it. Okay.
But you said you had a sequential numbering system, right?
Well, we had a sequential numbering system.
That's fine, yeah.